And for game releases today, we're going to hear from Tim.
Now, who is Tim?
Tim is my son.
Timmy, how are you?
Hey, how's it going?
Oh, wait, this is the son that rhymes with...
Daryl.
Daryl.
Daryl comes out of the closet.
Did you ever tell your mother not to talk about you on the air?
Yeah. I mean, I just kind of felt like part of me was just going to get a little embarrassed here and there. You know what I mean? It's
Which
He's
part?
a human being.
Well, here's the thing. I would end up going to the bar and, like, I'd start talking to a girl or something like that. And then next thing you know, they'll be like, oh, wait, aren't you the one that ran through your house naked or something like that? And I was just, I'd be like, wow.
Whoa, to be able to actually put out there that you were nude in your own home.
Yes.
Timmy, that's rough.
Yeah.
Well, is there anything she ever said about you on there that really did embarrass you?
It's
I
hard
mentioned
to pick one specific thing, but
Oh, by the way, since you're talking about games, if you go to pix106.com right now, there's an incredible video of a dude that hooked up these valves that shoot fire
Oh, yeah.
to Guitar Hero
That's cool.
Oh, that's
and synced it.
in his living room?
No, I don't
hopefully
think
not.
I don't think he did in his living room, but it's a very cool video to watch.
that's got to take some serious choreography.
Oh yeah.
Um,
So what do we got today?
well, DC Universe Online comes out today, which
Yes.
is very exciting. Like characters such as Batman, Superman,
The Flash.
Lex Luthor,
The Flash.
the Joker. Yeah,
Flash.
and because it's online, it's going to have a lot of downloadable content, and it's going to have a lot of co-op missions and stuff like that. Something that us geeks are really going to appreciate.
Can't wait. I'm gonna be the Flash.
Yes.
Tell you right now. Can't catch me.
Also, Venetica comes out, and in this video game, you're pretty much like the daughter of Death. and you know,
Wow, what does she do for Father's Day?
yeah, and I get like right before the world comes to an end, she has a second heart and decides to go and help the world. So
Instead of helping Death.
yeah, and also video gamers, be prepared for in 2 weeks. The latest downloadable content for WWE SmackDown vs. Raw 2011 comes out, and what's very cool about it is you can actually use the old WCW Nitro Arena in the video game, so it's going to be very exciting, like very nostalgic for us wrestling fans too.
Yeah, that's right. I remember your mom was always like, I got to get tickets
Yeah,
and take.
always.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, what turned from being a young obsession in my life turned into like a career, because that's also what I do as well. Like
And God knows you make a fortune at it.
Weren't you going to the culinary?
yeah, well, I went to the
You wrestle food?
Yeah.
well, it was more of me wrestling my chefs for good grades.
So Timmy, what do you do now?
Well, I'm actually back in school at ACC. I'm
Cool.
going and getting my media arts broadcasting degree. That way, you know, when you retire, I'll take your job.
Might happen a lot sooner than you think. You have grown into a fine young man.
Thank you.
Really has.
He
You have
has.
good-looking kids, Ellen.
It's
Aw,
funny
thank you.
when Wolf says that, he usually has candy in his hand, so you're safe.
Boy.
He got
would
rid of
be
the van.
boy. Yeah. I got rid of the van. Too much blood. Couldn't clean it up.
Gas mileage too.
Yeah. You don't want to keep it.
It was too difficult to put him in the Prius.
I just drove it into the woods one too many times. Yeah.
You know, it just stinks when kids understand like how to unlock the seatbelt.
No, the problem is taking the masking tape off the mouth. That was, now, so somebody told me yesterday that I'm always annoyed when people, and I immediately hide you. If you ask me to go to Farmville, if you are involved in Mafia Wars. But somebody told me, or I read this yesterday, that people actually pay to grow crops.
Yeah, you
Real
can buy,
money?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, you can buy. You can. I don't know how they do it because I won't. I refuse to play Farmville too because apparently it's pretty addicting. But they, you can actually purchase different things from Farmville. That'd be the day.
There's a guy who invented some software that plays Farmville without him. It collects gold in the game, which he in turn sells for real money to people who want a higher standing.
That's insane.
Isn't it?
That's smart.
Yeah. Hey, there's an angle for everything.
Yeah,
have you
really.
played the Jersey Shore video game on Facebook?
Oh no, no. They got it. Oh no.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome actually because I'm actually at ranked 38 on it, but it's because
In the world?
not in the world.
Delaware. You
Yeah.
should be big in
I think
Delaware.
definitely in New York, maybe Delaware. Oh, but Rhode Island.
So what's the Snooki Facebook game like?
What
Or
you do
the Jersey
is
Shore?
what you do is you level up, and then you go up and fight against other Guidos that you can create in the game, and yeah,
I'm so proud.
it gets really competitive.
Send me the link.
They should come out with Camaro bumper cars. Like at the fair.
You get a gold
Yeah.
chain when you go through.
Or
Yeah.
burnout racing for the
Yeah.
tires.
We got the
How cool would that be?
we got the Connect. That thing is great.
Yeah, I'm really excited to get it because of to connect sports looks
Yeah.
way better than Wii Sports.
It is, and it seems like Wii is really falling
Yeah,
behind.
they are.
Yeah.
Really falling behind because Connect Sports playing without, holding on to anything is just so much more fun.
Do you make the character do weird things and stuff?
Oh yeah.
It's a
We
lot
do
of
all
fun.
do goofy dances
Yeah.
and stuff like that. And we bought a bunch of Connect games, so Gabriel hasn't dived into them yet.
I'm afraid for Nintendo's sake because it kind of seems to me like what happened with Sega Dreamcast back in 1999, when they just kind of fell off and then they started making games. I feel like that's the next thing that's going to
Well, it
happen
was
with
PlayStation,
Nintendo.
Xbox actually did them in.
Yeah, well,
You know.
as soon as Microsoft came out with the Xbox,
Yep.
they just totally changed the whole market, and then they came out with the Xbox, so then PlayStation turned into PlayStation 3.
Well, you got the two powerful. Think about it. You got Microsoft. You got Sony.
Yeah.
I mean, Nintendo is big, but
Yeah, they're
not that big.
Yeah, back in the day when they
Well,
were
when Wii came out, I mean, I preferred Wii to Xbox
Initially.
until Connect.
Yeah, I mean, even games with sorry to interrupt
No,
you.
please.
Even games with like Call of Duty. Call of Duty's on the Wii, but because of their technology and they
Yep.
tried to make it so that it was so much of a first-person shooter, it just kind of really failed in the long run.
Right.
Are you old enough to remember in television?
No.
Mattel, after they initially came out with the first Nintendo and stuff.
Eddie, are you old enough to remember the cotton gin?
Yes, my cousin Eli Whitney was talking to me,
Eli's
and he said,
coming.
"Ed," he goes, "Here, turn this thing right here. Watch what happens. Oh wait, the seeds are gone. Why do the seeds? Replant them, just like the other stuff." No, but it was Mattel made it, and Mattel tried to get.
I remember it.
Mattel tried to slip into the business, and actually, the baseball game was one of the best I ever played. But Mattel tried to get a business, and then my point is that everybody bumps off somebody else,
Right.
and don't sleep on Nintendo. They'll be back.
It strikes me as funny. I'm sitting here as you're describing this, and Timmy's describing, all these new video games, and I'm playing them with my kid now. And instead of like Michael Jordan for Xbox 360, we had that basketball game where you got to flick the lever down and it
remember
pops the
that?
ball
Yes,
up.
yes, I remember
Pops the
that.
ball up in the air.
Yeah,
yeah.
You got to get it into the hoop, or the football game that vibrated.
And our sisters used to sit on all the time.
Oh, exactly.
Nice save.
You got to position a guy so they push the other guys out of the way.
I think one of the best sports
Wow.
games I've ever played was NBA Jam. Do you guys
Oh, I
remember?
remember
that?
NBA Jam.
Yeah, that game was where it was at.
Yeah, you go to the arcade. And whatnot,
Yeah,
and it was like,
and
yo,
every single character looked the
Yeah, yeah,
same.
dudes were lined up to play because it was 2-on-2, and dudes would be lined up, ticked off behind each other, got a whole thing full of quarters. You wait for this moron to get out of your way because he's fast.
Yeah,
You know?
did you know that game was rigged? Actually,
I didn't know that.